How we doing? So we're gonna be doing a bit of a sad video today. So we are in the daily driver. We are not in the M2 today, and there's actually a good reason for that. So this is my 2013 Subaru Impreza. This is basically my bread and butter car. I've had this thing for 9, almost 10 years now. This is all reliable. This is bread and butter right here. This thing has seen some memories, man. Let me tell you, this thing has been through it. I will just flat out say the M2 is totaled. It is gone. Insurance and attorneys are still in the process of the whole thing with the car, but the whole thing is at the point where it has been declared a total loss. So the M2 is gone, ladies and gentlemen. The M2 is no more. Now, obviously, if I still have attorneys and insurance involved, I'm not going to be talking about the actual incident or really how it ended up being totaled. So the M2 did end up going on one last adventure that day before it ended up getting totaled. So essentially, I was shopping for a new windshield that day, and ended up ordering a new windshield at his junkyard. So the video was basically just an adventure of hunting down a window. And that same day, I also went to a car wash, so I have some footage of, washing the car. So the only thing I will say is recording my video had nothing to do with the car being totaled. So I will talk a little bit about the car after the clips, but for now, just enjoy some last clips of the car, the last adventure the car was on, hunting for that window, going to the car wash. Just enjoy some last clips of my car being in one piece. What is going on? Boy, do I have an interesting video today. Or at least I think it's interesting. I don't know about you guys, but I think it's interesting. So today, we're taking the M2 and we're going window shopping for my mother. Now, before someone has the thought, oh, what a wholesome video, he's gonna buy another BMW for the family for his mother, I am quite literally going window shopping. So, a little backstory. So, a couple of days ago, this window right here on my mother's car was actually busted in. So someone broke into her car and took a couple things out of her car. Broad daylight at a Target, of all places. If any of you watching do that stuff, that's some Walmart shit. Get that out of my Target. Where the hell am I gonna shop if Target becomes a fucking Walmart? Where am I gonna shop? Go somewhere else with it. I don't care. Leave my Target alone. So anyway, for now I'm gonna go get my car washed, and then we're going to go visit a junkyard, and I'm gonna see if I can find a window. We'll see. We'll see what the junkyard gives us. So if this junkyard doesn't have anything, then we're gonna go to the next one. Let's begin this adventure. All right, let's get this car washed. There's so much pollen on this thing. It's insane. There's so much on it. Like you can't pick it up on camera, but it's just disgusting. Much better. Much better. Alright, let's get her fired up. Oh, the startup sound just never ceases to impress me. Now, are we gonna let our intrusive thoughts in? Damn right. It should be around here somewhere. I mean, it's a junkyard. I can't imagine it looks like anything except a junkyard. Oh, there's the junkyard. Alright, we are here. Oh man, I'm excited. I'm excited to let this adventuring begin. Some kind of cool parts you could find. This parking lot is horrible. Alright, so they did not have, I couldn't really record much in there. They didn't really have a window here, so I'm gonna go up to the other side and I'm going to check out the warehouse that they have. Supposedly they have a warehouse. All right, so we've had partial success. So we went to this place right here, if I can point it out, Chuck and Eddie's. So they have a car. They have a 2014 Impreza, but it's the same exact thing. So they are going to remove the window from the car that they have, and I'm going to be getting that in about 2 days for 55 bucks. So not bad at all, pretty cheap. So can't complain. That's that for now. Not too long after that is when the car ends up getting totaled. You kind of have to appreciate the fact that for the most part you're still pretty okay afterwards. You know, obviously one of the funny things is that, you know, I'm there upset about my car, crying about my car being totaled, you know, and all that stuff, and everyone else is like, screw the car, like at least you're okay, you know. And I'm just like, screw me, I'm worried about my car. My car is gone, you know. And it's kind of funny, you know, as car guys, it's kind of weird that we always give this like life to our cars, you know, as if they're like a full pet, you know. We kind of treat them the same way. Now, obviously a dog or a cat is really different because they do genuinely have life, you know. They are walking creatures, you know. But you know, as car guys, we still in a way see our cars as like an entity. It's a living thing to us, you know. So it's still very sad, you know. At the end of the day, it's very upsetting. And you know, another thing that kind of makes you kind of think about when a car like that gets totaled is a lot of times we don't really want to drive our cars too much because we don't want to put the mileage on the car, or we don't want to devalue it. But you got to remember also to enjoy the cars that you buy. You know, at any moment something can happen and that car is gone. You know, you could be saving those miles, and then you go on, I don't know, a coffee run, and next thing you know, your car is totaled. Drive the thing, enjoy the thing. Don't worry about putting an extra 10,000 miles on it, because at any moment the car could go. At any moment you could go. Very lucky to not have sustained horrible injuries from the accident. Not everyone can say that. You gotta be appreciative of the car you have. You gotta enjoy the car you have. And you know, now I've kind of gotten a little bit over that initial aspect of it, and kind of begs the question of what's next. So what's next after the M2? Well, I've put some thought into it, and I'm going to end up basically buying the exact same thing. So I will be hunting for another M2 in Long Beach Blue, the same year pretty much, a 16 or 17 model. So what it means for the channel really is nothing. As far as content wise, that's pretty much why there's been a little bit of a pause in content for the last couple of weeks. It's just because I've been dealing with everything that happened as a result of the car accidents. We will go back to normal. So obviously we have this video as a little bit of content discussing that car, and maybe 1 or 2 videos hunting for a new run. But essentially, once again, another M2, we're just gonna keep everything rolling exactly the same. So there still will be BMW content. I just have to get another BMW. I am basically waiting for everything's insurance. I'm basically waiting for everything with insurance to finish. I have a warranty on the car that needs to be canceled. Once everything is kind of tied up with that car, we are going to begin the process of looking for another one. Well, so that's the update on the M2. If you like this video, which I'm sure many of you won't like this video, if you at least appreciate the content, just give it a like. I really appreciate it. Subscribe if you want to see more videos in the future when I get the next M2 and whatever other videos I make. Please subscribe. I will see you on the next video. And as a reminder, make sure you guys stay safe out on those roads. Stay safe, be smart, and enjoy every moment you have with your cars out there. You know, you never know. So that is actually it for this video. So until next time.